All right, so real quick, gonna do a breakdown of the story trailer that we saw because there's some really cool shit. Jesus, that's loud. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit. So first is this. He has like obviously like a windmill shuriken type weapon. And then here we see like a tonfa and a claw. So these are weapons I haven't like when we're looking at like the pre-order bonuses, these are weapons we haven't seen in them. Obviously, like a windmill shuriken type of thing would be a projectile weapon, but we haven't seen tonfas. But we have seen claws. So I don't know, and this doesn't look like one of the transformed versions either. So here he's using like they're really big shuriken. They don't look like regular shuriken. And then if you look in his hand, it looks like he has the windmill that he's like launching at them, which looks pretty sick. And then here he has like a nunchuck with like one, two, three. Oh, here comes the fucking DMC Dante comparisons because his nunchuck has three fucking things attached to it. But I bet this is going to like I don't know. All his weapons are like transforming, right? So I don't know what this is gonna transform into. But either way, it looks pretty sick. And then here, oops, what the fuck? He has like, I gotta pause it at the right time. God damn it, stop going out of fucking. Okay, so there's like these big ass like swords coming out of these weird like metal arms. Like I don't even know what the fuck this is. But it looks pretty dope. And that's got to be, I'm assuming, like the transform version of his weapon. But there's these like big fucking arms coming out of him with these like just monstrous blades. Like each arm is like damn near as big as him, and each blade is legitly bigger than him. So that's gonna play super, super interestingly. And then maybe this is the transform version of it. Or maybe this is something else. I can't imagine he has two weapons with like fucking arms and blades. But yeah, so once he does whatever the hell he does there, it looks like there's like a claw attached to each arm. It looks like there's like the big windmill shuriken type of thing attached to it. And that's something we definitely have not seen. This is the one thing that, like, obviously, like, tank bosses in Ninja Gaiden are very, very common, but a couple of these boss fights do seem like platinum influence, and I think platinum influence in the boss fights is a very good thing, because boss fights in Ninja Gaiden suck big floppy donkey dick. But platinum typically has pretty cool bosses. So again, like, he does, like, a little handspring with this weird fucking, like, arm weapon, robot weapon. And again, this looks like a different thing though, right? So I don't know if the other thing was like the transform version of this, or when you like attack with it, it pulls out blades. Really not sure how that works. But obviously, like, you know, another tank enemy, which is very common. And again, like, Razor's Edge had a bunch of weird fucking robots that we were fighting. The big spider fucking tanks and all that shit. But this does, like, remind me more of a platinum design tank, which, like, I think is fine. That doesn't bother me at all, really. Now, I've heard people try to compare this guy to the dude from MGR, but he looks nothing like him. Like, people need to stop just trying to compare everything to fucking MGR. It's fucking getting really old. But the way he fights, like, it reminds me more of like a platinum boss fight. NG boss fights are pretty like shitty, but like he obviously has like a super fast move set that like allows engaging with shit like perfect dodges and deflects, and that makes boss fights better. And like I understand like not wanting to engage with a lot of perfect blocks and perfect deflects and shit like that, like during the like group fights, but during boss fights, that shit's gonna make the boss fights so much better because it's just more fun in a one-on-one duel to be able to like be aggressive and like cancel out of shit. Also, one thing we have seen is I can't find like what exactly everything means, but there was a um demo. I don't know what this clip was in, but there was some clip and there's a screenshot of it on Reddit where they're basically, it shows like all of the skills Yakumo can buy. And perfect dodge is on there, perfect block is on there, level 2 UTs, on landing UT, flying swallow, something called like perfect defense or some shit like that. So the point is a lot of those skills, like, and the fatal clash or whatever looks like it's on there, which I guess there is a fucking parry clash mechanic called fatal clash. One of the people I saw talk about it, and his like exact, like, the thing he wrote up is, he was like, it wasn't fun to use, it was fucking very hard. Even in the practice room, you need like frame perfect timing, which made it fucking impossible to do, and it's more frustrating than anything. And to that I say, good. If you're gonna have a mechanic like that, it needs to be fucking hard as shit to pull off. It can't be something that can trivialize the game, which was my initial worry about it. So, um, don't buy the skill if you don't want to use it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it. I probably will on my first playthrough, but since shit carries over to like New Game Plus, it makes me worried. Or like, since shit carries over to the higher difficulties as like a New Game Plus style, it makes me kind of nervous to buy shit that I might not like and accidentally engage with. But whatever, that's not that big of a deal. But all of these mechanics that people are like worried about ruining the flow of the game are specifically shit you have to purchase. They're not inherent mechanics that are just built into the game, which means the game is clearly designed around not using them. Also, since there is an entire challenge mode that is centered around not having any of your upgrades or whatever. I don't know if that means skill unlocks, because I get having like doing a Master Ninja run with no on-landing UTs, but no flying swallow and shit like that would seem a little bit fucking weird to me, because flying swallow is just so integral. Also, one thing I saw is you can do a flying swallow in the air with a directional input. So instead of just like jumping and pressing Y, you can be in the air. Like if you're doing like a wind path or a jump or something, you could do forward Y and essentially get a flying swallow, which I still think is pretty fucking cool. So don't worry about it. You don't have to engage in the mechanics. They're completely optional shit that you can fucking buy. Um, and yeah. But his bosses, I think perfect blocks and dodges are just going to make bosses a lot more fun, especially with these like super fast combo heavy bosses. That's just so much better than what we've seen in Ninja Gaiden, because Ninja Gaiden bosses basically, you like basically either guard cancel or just like dash cancel their combos and then you get 2 or 3 hits in, and then you dash cancel their combos, and then you get 2 or 3 hits in, and that's like the whole fucking loop. Or you find some sort of cheese method, like there's the Marvis cheese. There's fucking, you can cheese the majority of NG2 bosses in various different ways with either the claws or scythe or the dual swords forward Y, or flying swallows, or like whatever, right? Rotate Y lunars. There's so many ways to cheese like NG2 bosses. NG3 bosses are super relentless, but you don't have the player doesn't have the ability and mobility to do anything about it. So on Ultimate Ninja, they just fucking like suck, right? So that's why people, me included, I don't like abuse rotate Y scythe very often. The one caveat is bosses in NG3 in Razor's Edge. I do rotate Y spam bosses because I just can't be fucked to deal with them. And it's good that we have good ways to deal with bosses that are like fast and relentless. This dude, I've heard people try to say this motherfucker looks like Alexi, and they think it's Alexi. I think that's fucking dumb. I would be pretty pissed if this ends up being Alexi, because he doesn't really look like Alexi. I mean, sure, the design's kind of similar, but you can't tell me that's fucking Alexi. Tubi is gonna have the best model of him. I mean, it does look pretty similar, but I just can't look at the fangs and shit. Like the horns are different, the fangs are different, but the tattoos, he is pretty similar. I would be pretty upset. It would feel lazy if it's Alexi. Plus, like, look at this badass scythe he has. Like, Ryu better fucking take this scythe from him. But it looks like Yakumo's gonna be the one fighting him, so that's obviously not gonna be happening. But this also looks like it's gonna be a fucking sick-ass boss fight. Like, I'm really excited for the bosses. This is something that we've seen haven't really seen a lot too. He can like ride his fucking little fucking whatever you call it. And like so there's obviously weapons in the game we haven't been introduced to yet. And here is, I will admit, this is definitely like this is where, god damn it, this is where Platinum Games, the Platinum Games influence is the most prevalent, is in the art design, because this is like a very Metal Gear Rising looking sheath on him, but that doesn't mean the gameplay looks like it. But yeah, so lots of cool shit that we saw here. Um, like what the fuck is this weapon, dude? Like what the fuck? And I don't know. People are gonna bitch about it and say that's too like over the top for Ninja Gaiden, but what the fuck ever, dude? It looks cool as shit. A tank boss, which I'm not happy about, but you know, hopefully it won't be as shitty as the tank. I mean, there's no way it's as shitty as the tank bosses we've seen in the previous games. Like there's just there's no way it's as bad as the NGB or Razor's Edge tank bosses. And again, this is very Platinum 2, the kanji, but that's not gameplay. But yeah, so lots of cool shit to see. And then again, all of those mechanics that people are like so fucking butthurt about, you can just ignore them. Just ignore them. Just don't buy them if you don't want to. Problem solved. Don't fucking use them. And the game's clearly balanced around like using them and not using them, since they're optional, and there's game modes where you're like not allowed to use them, and the fact that you have like Ryu and Yakumo available to do chapter challenge, like they had to make it like universal so different people could like enjoy it. And like the devs even like specifically said in one of their interviews that they know some people won't like perfect blocks and dodges the way they implemented them, so they made them completely optional anyways. But if anybody knows what those skills are, I would really appreciate the insight. Let me see if I can look it up really quick and read them all. So it's Flying Swallow, On Landing UT, Final Charge UT, Perfect Block, Mirage, Ultimate Guidance, Fatal Flash, Chain Link, Art of Defense. I mean, Mirage is probably the perfect dodge. Ultimate Guidance, I have no clue. Fatal Flash is probably the follow-up to the perfect block. Chain Link, I have no fucking clue. Art of Defense, I have no fucking clue. So if anybody has any insight into those, I'd appreciate if you could comment, let me know. But yeah, this looks dope, right? I don't know why people are like hating on this, and they're trying to say this guy is Sam, whatever the fuck his name was. Like, he doesn't look like that motherfucker at all. It's just like a big suit of armor. But like all these ninjas are in futuristic, weird ass armor sets. It's just like, and this motherfucker, like, look at this weird ass samurai helmet. Like, he doesn't look like that motherfucker. A one-armed samurai, that is such like an anime trope. See, here we see like a Tonfa UT too. So like Yakumo has tonfas too, and when he, oh, let's check that one more time. So it looks like his tonfas like merge into this. Let's slow it down a little bit more. So he's doing his, what's going on here? So he's fucking around with the claws, and then maybe he swapped. That is like so hard to decipher. Okay, so he's doing a UT with the tonfas, and then he does whatever this is, and he busts out like a stick. And then changes to the claws. And then busts out the stick again. Like, I don't know what the claws turned into there, or if you like weapon swap, not really sure, but it looks cool either way. But yeah, looks dope. I like what I'm seeing with this. Like Yakumo looks like he's gonna have an insane fucking toolkit, And I guarantee you this game is going to have a lot more technical depth than any other like a Ninja Gaiden game. And like the NGB and G2 fanboys like it's so mad at that statement, but that doesn't mean it's better or worse. Like I don't know how good this game's going to be, but the combat will have a lot of technical depth. Like you can just tell by looking at it, which it should, right? Like Neo has a lot more technical depth than Ninja Gaiden. That's just the truth. That doesn't make it better or worse. It just Neo has a lot more technical depth. So it would make sense that their newer game would have a lot more technical depth, especially with like Platinum and Team Ninja both bringing ideas to the table. Both these these devs are like, you know, at the top of the business when it comes to making like really dope and intricate combat systems. So there's a fair chance that they're both going to have like some pretty crazy ideas that they found a way to implement. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the game holds up, see how Master Ninja holds up, especially. That's kind of what, you know, has me the most concerned is how Master Ninja feels and how replayable it feels. Because obviously, like, to, you know, hardcore vets in the series, that's like what we care about, right? Like, how fun and hard is Master Ninja to try to like really get down. But yeah, peace.